because I'm in a transit and Mars is hitting my moon, Pluto, and I'm working a few things out. And it's time for an extreme chart conversation here, which is that I actually want to talk about the interface between the family dynamic layer and the astrological chart. This really came to mind when I read Nikki Sixx's biography. Maybe you guys don't know who Nikki Sixx is. Maybe you do. He's from Motley Crue. Super into his music, obviously. Motley Crue, Home Sweet Home, like the best song ever. But anyways, the thing about Nikki Sixx is when I read his biography, I got pretty mad at him, actually, because some of the things he says are just, like, I'm pretty understanding, but, like, he said some things where I was like, yeah, no. No, okay? So this is what he looks like. He's super cool. Look at him. Super cool. Okay. Yeah, he's a rocker. A lot of blacks, lots of, just great hair, whatever. Okay. But first, I want to talk about his chart. Look at this. Look at this thing. Okay. Now, the reason I'm mad at Nikki Sixx is because he blames his mom and his grandma for, like, his behavior issues. Like, okay, this is what he does. He lights people on fire at elevators. He, like, basically, like, does, like, crazy stuff. I mean, just, like, mean crazy, And he just drinks to excess and all this stuff. And it's just, like, and then he blames his mom. And in our society, the cultural layer, the family dynamic layer is where people go to. It's like, it was my mom who did this. It's like, no, I don't blame my mom for my craziness. I blame my chart, Because that was, like, ingrained in me by the gods at birth, at my genesis. And it's like, yeah, my mom can only do so much. You know what I'm saying? So let's actually look at Nikki Sixx's chart for real. Okay, look at his 19th degree. He's a Sag rising, Sag sun, Mercury right there. Okay, so first of all, double fire temperament. The blood is kind of boiling from within. The blood runs a more golden color and is kind of uplifted like this. It's hot. It's inflamed a little bit. Okay, that's just the sun and rising at 19. Now look at this. It's talking to Herschel in Leo at 16. So this is creating a lot of, like, anxiety in the heart. So he's like super fired up and his heart's, like, racing. It's like, what are you? Okay, and then that also adds some orange to the blood, a little more fire right in that chord. And then we get Mars and Taurus opposed Jupiter and Scorpio at the same degree. Now, any trained astrologer will look at this chord and be like, that is just the most insane power chord you've ever seen of just, like, behavioral power problems. Like, it's just like every time the moon hits the 19th degree, pretty much this guy's just like, I need to light someone on fire in an elevator because I'm on fire. Now listen, I'm just saying it's not his mom's fault. It's also not his grandma's fault. Like, and then he was like, oh, and then it's because my mom didn't love me, took me to grandma's house. And it's like, yeah, she's probably trying to like save herself from the burning elevator. You know what I mean? So the irony of this guy's chart is then he goes to a Venus-Saturn-Moon conjunction. Like, right after that, in his book, he'll, like, do all this raging stuff, and then he hides in a closet depressed, like, after he's, like, raged. And it's like, that's his cycle, And I think he's a brilliant artist, And his lyrics are amazing, and his look and his fashion are just off the hook, And that's what you get with a power chord. It's like a song with a note, But, like, I'm just saying, don't blame your mom, This is not your mother's astrology. This is like, you need to look at your 19th degree. Okay. Example 2, Travis Barker. Okay, I love Travis Barker. Let's get a pic of him here. Now, he's in the band Blink-182, I think. And he's a drummer. And now, the thing about his chart is that he is just, wow. You'll see. I don't know if I should show that pic here. This is a good one. Wait, can't really see him. Can you see him? Look at, full on. Yeah. See him play the drums. Amazing. Okay, so this is the thing. Let's look at this chart. Okay, we have the sun in the 5th house in Scorpio, house of creativity, on the north node, amplified, so super scorpionic. You should see how dark he is. Look at dark to the rim. Okay, but that talks to a Moon-Jupiter conjunction in Aries. Any trained astrologer knows that is a lot of Mars, man. That blood is like boiling and it's red and black and it's just like, yeah, he looks that way. He's cool though. Hold on. Well, here, I'll just cover up the part. I'm a grandma here. But look at that. Look at that. A lot of black in that spirit. Okay, now listen. I actually love Travis Barker. He, you know, like, unlike Nikki Sixx, like, I could hang with Travis Barker at a show or something. Thing is, he has a lot of relationship problems. And of course, he like blames his ex and this and that. Now, he's a really good dad. He's got a lot of planets in the fifth house, which are the child house. But it's just a lot of martial energy. It's like trying to be married to a whirling dervish or a little like an explosive device, you know. But you should see him play drums. Like, he's just like super martial and super muscular and like really awesome. So I just say the point of today is when you have extreme charts like this, it's cool to talk about your mom and your family and be like, oh yeah, my family, you know, they did this or that. I mean, that's one layer. But I'm just saying, you got to look at your own nature, okay? Because there are metal songs and there are ballads, and the chart is the song of. Anyways, hope you all have a good day.